this station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
We would be honored if you would join us.
What are you laughing
This is
at?
like the first time she's like
laughing at-
watched me doing it too. I think.
No, because Jeff was like off a little bit
I
or
was way off.
something.
I was
It was
just doing something very different. That's what
It was funny.
That is funny. Well, I mean, because he beatboxes every time.
Sort
He
of.
does. He beatboxes every time, but
That's
this
being
time
generous.
It was,
Right, well, Well, technically it's the right name for what you do.
Yes.
It's just not a critique on the quality of what you do. Hey everybody, it's another Thursday night, which
Oh my
means
gosh.
Docking Bay 94. I am Sean Crosby.
This is Joe Soledado.
I'm Colleen Kaylee Crosby.
We are hot off of Life Day, so we're going to talk a lot about that. But in the meantime, you could be listening to us on sci-fi.radio, sci-fi for your Wi-Fi. That's the actual URL, sci-fi.radio. You can go right there and listen.
Woohoo!
You could be watching us on my Facebook page. You could be watching us on YouTube or on Twitch, any of those things. And wherever you happen to engage with the chat, if you see any of the cool links that are going on, that is Boba Kit Sylvine, working behind the scenes, making
Are you sure we can
you have all those
watch
things.
on your Facebook page?
Okay, I don't see it on
Today?
your Facebook page.
I think so. I don't know.
It's not there.
Well,
Sorry.
I don't know why it's not there.
Yeah.
It used to be there. It was there last week. I've made 0 changes. I don't know what to tell you. So, it is pretty strange,
It is very
I
strange.
must say. I guess I can do a little research, but the problem is I do not know how to re-engage the Facebook page without starting everything all over again. So
Gotcha.
maybe
Sadness.
we're not gonna get it. That could suck.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Let me
that's
see if it's on Docking Bay 94 Facebook page.
no. If it's there, I would be shocked.
Oh, okay.
That would be amazing because they charge us money for that.
Oh, they do? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
That's why we always.
That's why
have it
it's
your
always
Facebook
on
page.
my
Duh.
page because they just like.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I see the post where we say it's going to be here, and
yes.
then I
And
don't.
then it is not.
I don't
there.
see it. No, that sucks.
Yeah,
I'll see what I can do.
boo.
I'll go look at Restream. It's usually a problem with Restream, which is the thing that shows us where we are, redistributes our program. So
Yeah.
it says it's not connecting to Facebook for some reason. It says it's sending the data,
Yeah.
but it's not adequately connecting, which
Gotcha.
is a bummer. So yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it's my fault. I told it to connect to Facebook directly instead of something, and now it's not. I've been having problems with Facebook all day.
Oh man.
So, you got me. Weird stuff. I guess we can send people over to YouTube and to whatever.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. Gosh, what a week, huh?
Yeah.
It's been a crazy, crazy week, and
Just a little bit of a-
everything we've been focused on has been around Life Day,
Yeah.
which I'm sure you know, but I'm going to recap it anyway, just in case you don't.
Yeah.
Life Day is the holiday celebrated in the 1978 Star Wars Holiday Special. It was aired one and only one time on the 17th of November, and therefore all subsequent celebrations of Life Day generally occur around the 17th of November. Because it didn't fall on a weekend, we held 2 observances of it this year at Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland. We had one on Sunday, which was the 14th, that sort of coexisted with Dapper Day, and then we had one last night on the 17th, which was a pretty epic observance. So it was great. We were super, super wiped out. We met many terrific people. Some we knew, some are people we just met. And It was fairly epic for a
Yeah.
number of reasons. So this was officially the second year we did it. We had to skip 2020 for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
And boy, if you wanna be really funny, you got to talk to the locals at Galaxy's Edge who are trying to be in world and
Yeah,
try to talk
yeah.
to them about COVID and the separation of years.
Yeah.
So we're all like learning new terms. It's like, well, when we had this celebration 2 solar cycles ago, it was great. And then, of course, we weren't able to do it the last solar cycle because of the sickness. And but this year we're really glad to be back. It was really very funny.
Just
Yes.
don't get down with the sickness.
So, yeah, it was absolutely wacky.
Right.
And but yeah, we had a pretty good time.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
It was fun and nerve-wracking because
It was a lot of work, but it was
It-
fun. I won't say it wasn't.
but also with the fact that we're still in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah.
Right.
There was like my mask was super gross by the end of the day. I was like, okay, so when you wear your mask for a full day, which I haven't actually had to do because I work from home, so I wear my mask for short periods of time. But from now on, when I'm going to be wearing my mask all day, I will be bringing 2, just in case one
Yeah.
of them gets
Switch
all
out.
wet
Right.
from being
I-
worn too long.
I did have 2, and I erred on the side of a disposable one for most of the day, just because it was easier to get on and off than the ones that we have with our ties. And especially in my case, because I was juggling a lot of stuff. We had a backpack full of stuff. I had a walking stick with me, and that was the thing that made things really hard. You can't
Yeah.
put on a mask with one hand,
Yeah.
which
I
was really
struggled
difficult.
with that several times too because I was
Yeah.
carrying
We
flyers.
had so much, so we
and-
need a Sherpa.
Yeah.
Jeff needs to come in like Sherpa for us.
Wait a minute.
'Cause,
No, we need Serena to do that.
right, somebody, it would be
Shampoo.
totally awesome.
Except she's a teenager, so there
Yeah,
would be
it's-
flumping and
Yeah.
yeah, that wouldn't last very long. Oh well.
Just hitch one of the dogs up.
Just crazy.
Oh yeah, we know that's a good idea. Your dogs obey really well.
Oh, the one does a better job than the other one.
Okay.
So Christina and Kevin's dog would be a much better choice, but would still bark and freak out at people. So I don't know.
Okay.
But would actually listen. So I don't know.
All right. So should we talk about things we did before Life Day first, or should we delve into Life Day all the time?
I don't know.
Because I actually
We cover stuff
went out and
beforehand,
did
might as well,
something on
'cause-
Saturday, and I
yeah.
think Jeff did too.
Because I think we're going to be talking about Life Day for the whole show. And,
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I
more than
mean,
likely,
pretty much.
the rest of it's going to be kind of a
Yeah.
wash.
Okay, so let's talk about the things we did in the last 7 days that weren't Life Day first.
Yep.
For my part, I went to my first actual costumed event
Ooh.
that wasn't online or in our own yard. This Halloween was in our own yard.
Right.
I went to a 1920s picnic.
Ooh.
And so I have a 1920s dress that they're called the 1 hour dress because in the 1920s, they were trying to sell home sewing machines, which were fairly new for the home market.
Yeah.
But they were being mass produced at this point, and so they wanted everybody to buy the sewing machine. So they told women, you can make this dress in 1 hour.
Yeah.
Technically, it's true. If you've made one before and you don't add any embellishments, you could finish it in 1 hour. But we like to call it the 8 hour dress or the 6 hour dress or
Yeah.
something like this. So I made one years ago. Never finished it because the fabric I used was hideous.
Oh.
The worst. And it's 1920s, so it's this shapeless dress.
Yeah.
And the fabric looks like a hospital gown. So every time I keep, like, every couple of years, I pull it out, I try to fix it, I look in the mirror and go, dear God, and I take it off and put it in. So I finally threw it in the trash after this attempt to fix it.
But it was such a lovely hospital gown.
Sure. Yeah, it still looked like a hospital gown.
Oh, dear.
I got it to the point where on my dress form, it looked okay.
Yeah.
And then I took it off the dress form with all the fixes pinned into it and put it on myself, and it immediately went back to hospital gown. Super ugly.
Let me jump in here really, really quick and just say hey to everybody on Facebook. Sorry for the late
did you
start.
get
Yep,
Yeah, I reconnected the connection through Restream and whatnot, and it seems to be up. You guys haven't really missed anything but introductions. We still have a lot to cover for Life Day and whatnot, so that's still to come. We're just kind of getting started on the show. So.
Yeah. We're just talking about the stuff we did outside of Life Day first.
Yeah.
Yes, totally.
So anyway, someone else on my sewing circle was trying to put together a pair of jodhpurs for an event she was going to that wasn't our 1920s picnic. And I said, hey, wait a minute, somebody gave me a pair of jodhpurs a number of years ago, and I've never worn them because they're too big for me. But saved by the pandemic, where I ate a lot, the jodhpurs fit now. So I threw together a quick outfit and made some autumn hand pies and some oatmeal cranberry orange white chocolate cookies.
Yeah.
This has sure been a week for hand pies.
Yeah, it has, hasn't it? And then went over and picked up my friend Amy, and we went out to the picnic and had a nice afternoon, and then came home and was exhausted. So going into Life Day, I was exhausted. So Jeff, what did you do this week other than
Other than the normal.
It wasn't
gibberish?
Life Day.
it wasn't Life Day?
Let's see here. Let's see. Friday was Serena's school play, The Crucible.
That's a laugh riot.
Yeah, I mean, they other than like the rubber chickens and the and such, coming at you. No, it was actually they actually did pretty good for like a bunch of high school kids. They actually did pretty well. I was surprised.
Awesome.
I was surprised.
Great.
The characters that you intended not to like. Well, there you go. They did good. So yeah,
We hated them just fine.
Yeah, and Serena played two different parts, we talked about before a previous show, and she did great. She just fine. That was Friday night, and then Saturday, I went out to Glendale, which is we're closer to Colleen and Sean than I am.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we could actually see like the cross of that was like on that hill by Hollywood Bowl. You could actually see it kind of from where we were.
Oh, in Glendale?
Yeah.
You might have been actually seeing a cross that is up above Forest Lawn Mortuary.
Maybe that might be
The
it.
cemetery.
It was
That's
just a
more
hill.
likely.
It is.
Yeah, okay.
It is
Yeah.
in the. It is
You're
in
on
the
the
south.
other side of a mountain from there.
Yeah, it's in the southeast corner of the Glendale area.
Maybe, yeah.
So I
Okay.
think that's probably
That
what you saw.
explains it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Less interesting than the one at the Hollywood
Yeah,
Bowl, only
yeah.
because the Hollywood Bowl one lights up with neon.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, but that was actually pretty cool. It was a promotional type thing. They were, for the Ghostbusters Afterlife coming out, and they had a bunch of special coffee drinks that were all specific for the movies and such. And I had the Vinkman. So,
Of course you did. What a surprise!
so but they had a
What was it?
yeah. It was like a mocha, like a iced mocha,
Ice blended or just iced?
iced.
Iced.
That had let me think now. It was all the flavors except they added one to I think almost every drink they added they added ghost pepper syrup. Not a ton, but just like you could feel it. And it really worked really well with this. It was great. And then other than that, they had stuff on display, a lot of artwork on the walls. It was Ghostbuster artwork, and people coming in and saying hi to all the little kids and everything like usual. So, I was the only one there from Southland. Two of the folks that were going to be there, one of them didn't realize that it was Glendale. I don't know why, because It's right there in the forum thing. But
So where did they go?
he didn't come. He thought it was somewhere else. He's like, oh, I thought that was Glendora. I'm like, what? Glendora?
Okay.
So, yeah, he didn't show. And then the other person, Mike, unfortunately had trouble with his ectomobile. And so he was actually
So-
on the way, and then he had to turn back because the bearings in the back went out. So, yay. But I was there with the Hollywood Ghostbuster group.
Oh, okay. So you just
And-
weren't there with your own
Yeah.
Ghostbuster group.
Yeah. And the Hollywood Ghostbusters actually were pretty darn cool guys. They're,
Well,
really,
that's cool.
really nice people. It was fun.
Nice.
Yeah, the pictures looked fun.
Yeah.
It looked pretty cool. If I had
And the
my
owner
costume parts that came in, I would have
Yeah.
joined you.
And the owner looks like a young Judd Hirsch. So, Taxi.
So you got that going for you.
Totally looked like him. But yeah. I would have been, next one, Sean. Next one. And then, gosh, I have like one other darn thing here. And that,
Lupin Adventure.
yeah, that was loads of fun. So Sunday was the life day, but in between life days was when my stupid dog got loose and I had to go catch him. He's a runner, and usually it's around the house, but this is over by Serena's school, and he's out in the middle of a busy street of all the cars going around. That was loads of fun trying to corral his little butt, but he got really tired, I think, and then when it got him in a cul-de-sac, I told him to sit, and he actually listened. So usually, no, you go sit or whatever, and he just kind of looks at you like, oh, it's still chase and run time,
Ugh.
let's play games. But
Dogs
no.
are exhausting.
But he just plopped his butt on the ground. I just scooped him up and walked down with him, so.
Wow.
Well, victory! So, yay! How
Um,
exciting was yours?
Before Sean talks about his, I just want to mention that Sam is here, and we
Sam?
would like to congratulate
Sam
Sam on his retirement.
Was it 33
congrats,
years,
Sam.
Sam, working in the emergency medical response field,
Yeah.
which is
Damn.
pretty amazing. Although he's like, yeah, okay, I guess that's it. He's very nonchalant on social media about retiring. He's like, yeah, well, okay, whatever. But I mention this a lot. I talk about this a lot on my morning show, and probably to anyone who will listen. It is the weirdest thing now that people don't really have careers, and every once in a while you run into somebody like Sam who had a legit career, and he had it for 3 decades, and that's amazing. So,
Congratulations.
yeah. Well, bravo Zulu is what we say on the Iowa for a job well done.
Yeah.
So,
Bravo Zulu.
bravo Zulu. That's very cool.
All right. Sean, do you have any life day?
Yeah, I mean, I had a weird issue with my car where the tires were worn on the inside of my car. I had to have that taken care of, and Colleen had to come rescue me from the America's Tire. It was one of those weird things where they put the wrong size tire on my car, and I can't figure out who did it. I generally only go to one tire shop unless it was an emergency that I can't remember. But they had put the larger size back tires on the smaller front tire wheel.
Brilliant.
And this is nothing I did to be a race car. This is just how the car comes from the factory. It's got smaller wheels on the front, larger wheels on the back. It's called staggered. And they just weren't wearing well at all. But I always get the warranty.
Yeah.
And, of course, they had no record of installing the tires on my car.
Oh, of course
And
not.
so the warranty is not valid, which is like, yay. So, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll try Pep Boys or something and see if maybe I had an emergency and had to have the tires done, like, really close to home or something. It's very rare, though, that I don't go to this other place. And they're like, yeah, we have, like, 15 years of records for you. I can't find the one with these other tires. So that was weird. And Colleen came and got me, and we tried to find Life Day lights for our orbs. We had to replace those. And that was a bit of a challenge, running around and doing stuff like that.
Meanwhile,
I do that too.
since I was taking the next day off, I had to get payroll in before the end of the day. And so I needed to run out and pick up Sean. And I came back at like 8 o'clock and started working again because I needed to get it out before.
Oh, dear.
Otherwise, I would have had to work yesterday. I didn't want
Right.
to do that.
Yeah, I had to do the same thing with the orb, Sean.
Yeah, and it was was funny. So the ones that were like battery replaceable, you guys ended up with, and the ones that we had were not battery replaceable. I made a whole bunch of orbs last year that got like redistributed to people.
I had one,
and
but I think Owen had the other, but I don't know what happened to it. But,
and I think some of the other kids took them too, because I had 5 extra ones in addition to the ones that Colleen and I had.
Yeah, Lord knows where those
and
little ones.
and we came back with one apiece, so I don't know where they went.
Yeah.
But anyway, the rest of the week was I worked on some prop stuff, and one was a Ghostbusters Proton pack. I have the 80% scale one that was released by Spirit Halloween stores, and it's not bad. It's got some detail to it. It's a big plastic chunky thing, and with a little massaging, you can actually make it look really good. So I got a cool kit that lets me replace a lot of the plastic with actual metal pieces, some decent cables and hoses and things that kind of beef it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Colleen ordered me a military-style Alice pack with pads on Amazon. That came, and so I can mount the Proton pack to the actual, Ghostbusters framework that they used in the movie.
Yeah.
And so there's enough stuff to kind of like sort of beef it up. And at least it made up a little bit for a whole bunch of people who canceled on me.
Yeah.
I got ghosted so badly by people from Etsy and Facebook and things like that.
No pun
I ordered a flight suit in my size that was a used flight suit, and the woman who was selling it just like she didn't cash in my PayPal that I sent. She didn't tell me she sold it to somebody else. She just vanished. She completely ghosted me.
Mean.
And it sucks. Yeah, it's really rude because it was a used suit, but it was in my size. It was perfect. I need a short one and I need a wide one, and this was great. And if I go to my Army Navy surplus store, all they have are really tall ones, and I don't need the crotch at my knees, and I don't need the legs to hang off my feet by a foot. So it's really kind of frustrating. And of course, because they're jumpsuits, it's not like you can just like make a lot of modifications to them, because they have zippers at the bottom at the ankles and things like that. It's just a big drag. So anyway, that kind of stuff was frustrating. But, working on a lot of props were pretty good. And then on Sci-Fi Radio, Gene, who's the station manager, is quite adept at 3D modeling, and he's got a very nice 3D printer. And so he actually printed something for me for Life Day, which was really cool, where he gave me a piece I needed to recreate, as near as I can tell and as near as I know, the one prop that is still left from the Star Wars Holiday Special is the cartoon viewer that Chewie's son Lumpy watches the Boba Fett cartoon on. We all kind of remember the Boba Fett cartoon of everything else that happened in that. That's supposed to be the cool part of the show. And so Gene printed something for me. The base prop was a radio from the 1980s. For the 1970s. And, of course, they took out the radio guts and put in this little cartoon viewer. And so I got the radio and built that, which was, really kind of cool. And it's sort of a doofy little prop. And it's, of course, bright sunshine yellow. And so Gene printed me this really neat disc, which is probably a found part on the original prop. But we're having a hard time identifying exactly what it is, which is really neat. And then I added a screen over here, which is where the cartoon viewer goes. Yeah. And then it's got, the kind of goofy little knobs and stuff. It's just this weird, chunky radio. But it was fun to be able to put that together and to have it for Life Day this past week as an identifier. So I hung it off my backpack and told people to look for that. And Nick, who's a big fan of the holiday special, he had one too. And so he showed up, and we compared our side by side, took some pictures together, and we'll talk about Nick a little bit later on with some of the other stuff that he did for Life Day. But anyway, that's how my week went.
Wow,
there's nothing exciting. Chiropractor, tried not to hurt myself. Well, I mean, beyond Life Day. If we cut Life Day out of the equation, nothing exciting.
Okay, so let's circle back and talk about Life Day now.
Well,
All right.
the globes that you guys had to do, I had to get new LEDs for mine because I could not for the life of me find the flippant batteries to replace those LEDs.
It's tricky, and you have to go. Target works best, but Walmart has this too. You have to go to the pharmacy and get hearing aid batteries, and they come in a disc,
Hopefully the right
and they usually
size.
come with like 8 or 10 or 12, and they're little tiny batteries that fit in hearing aids.
I did look for that, and they did have those discs, but they didn't have the right size.
Yeah, well, make sure you look it up online because there's a conversion chart. So it'll say like LR41, and then the battery for the hearing aid will be S52 or something.
I went down that road, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm really surprised because
Yeah.
I usually don't have problems
Yeah.
finding those.
Any case,
I'm usually pretty good.
so I'm like, forget it. And I ran off to the fine bulb, like to the other LEDs, and they had balloons. They're all light up balloons. Well, that's because they have LEDs inside these suckers.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just
Balloon
chopped.
lights.
I basically, destroyed 15 balloons to get out the LEDs.
Yeah. Well, that's
Popped
what
them in there.
That's what we
Yeah.
used for ours originally, and when we had to replace ours, they were balloon lights, but you couldn't replace the batteries, so we had to replace the whole light and
Yeah.
everything.
So yeah,
And this is what Jeff is talking about. He's talking about this this very glowy orb.
yeah.
It's something that I have a tutorial on the Life Day
See, now
page
that's
to make.
funny. That looks blue.
It looks a little bit blue.
Yeah, when I-
even though
yeah.
the lights are all white,
When I
it
took
does
pictures of mine on before, it looked that way too.
Yeah.
it does look blue.
In person, they look clear.
Yeah.
And so what's interesting, and I'll pop the lights out here and show you. So we put lights in the back here that are from icicle lights that are designed to hang on your Christmas tree. And if I pull out the disc here with the lights on it, which is crazy, you can see that this orb right here, it's just crinkled plastic inside.
Yes.
It's all white. The lights are white. Everything's white. But for whatever reason, you get this weird blue glow around it, which is kind of interesting. And we had somebody make a whole bunch of colored Life Day ornaments and hand them out. This couple was really funny. They were Batutitude is apparently how you say this.
Batutitude?
Batutitude.
Not Batutified?
They were on Instagram, and they were handing out a bunch of these little snow globe ones too, in a variety of colors. This one is legitimately blue. The lights are blue, and it's got like Easter basket grass in it.
I see, yeah.
That's holographic.
Awesome.
And so they handed these out, which were great. And this couple was super funny because they were coming in to Life Day on yesterday.
Yeah.
And with this big bag of globes, it flagged security, and they're like, "Where are you going with this? What are you doing?" And they're like, "Oh, it's Life Day. There's a gathering. We're gonna take pictures. Everybody gets a globe, and we make a big deal out of it. It's super cool, and so we're just gonna do it." And they were all Disney bounding. They had some pretty great costumes. All really close, kind of almost to the cast members who work in Batu. They were like really, really close. And so security finally let them in, and so they came in, and they started wandering around Batu, and realized the entire string of BS that they had given the security guard was true. There were people having a get-together, doing a big thing for Life Day and whatever. They just kind of said that to get in because they wanted to celebrate Life Day there, and little did they know.
It was all true.
We'd beaten them to it.
They were psychic.
It was pretty funny. So that was fun. But they were handing these out in a variety of colors.
Nice.
With lights inside, which was really neat. And
I had somebody handed me this.
I like this one. This
Which
one's really.
is,
It's like
where's
3D
my
printed,
camera?
I think.
It's it's a necklace, and it glows. Let me see how close I can get
okay.
it to the camera.
It also has like a little balloon light or something in it that you can't turn off. It like basically lights up till it dies.
Yeah.
I'm terrible with the delay, and now I'm stuck on my microphone.
But
That's awesome.
anyway, it says Life Day printed in the ball with some stars around it, which is really neat.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's very hard to see the part that says
It's
Life Day.
it's
though.
totally hard to see.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people had a lot of giveaways. Like you have the wristbands that Don
I have the
Coulter
wristbands.
handed out
So
for
I
us.
have.
And so Don, who
Yeah.
I think is listening right now,
Yeah, yes.
he made these the very first
These
year
are
for
the
us.
ones from the first year.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see that?
Yeah, that's perfect. It says
And-
Life Day at Black Spire, and it's got the date of November 17th.
November 17th,
2019
2019. And
on
then
it.
this year's says Life Day at Black Spire Outpost, November 2021. So it doesn't say the exact day because we did 2 days this year.
Yeah, it says
And it's a little bit
November
different of a color.
2021. Yeah, and so
I'm going to have a whole, by the time we're through, I'm going to have a whole arm full of these.
yeah, well, and that's kind of the idea. I just want to keep adding them to my arm, and we're inevitably, I think we're going to have to take over
bandolier or
for
something.
Dawn. But they were a really fun idea. It was his idea to do, and it was
Yeah.
kind of really neat. And the reason that it didn't specify November 17th on it is because we did 2 instances
Right.
of Life Day this year. And so on Sunday the 14th, which was the last day most people's lower level key passes to get into the park were valid, we wanted to have a weekend day to celebrate because not everybody can come during the week. It turned out to be Dapper Day, the same day. So what was really funny is I knew a lot of people who were in the park that I never saw because they were off doing Dapper Day.
And then we had a couple of crossovers.
Yeah, and
that
we had
looked
people who
really
dressed
great.
very well.
I should post that picture for Kit of my favorite crossover, which is somebody who did Dapper Ahsoka.
Oh, she was
Yeah,
great.
that
And
was
she's the
awesome.
one that we had lead our parade, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
the first day.
put it in our chat, and I'll show it on the video too.
Okay, I'm putting it in our chat. Hang on, I'm trying to find her.
Yeah, no worries. We had a lot
There
of
she
people,
is.
and even people who dressed up yesterday. There were a lot of folks who
Okay, it should be there now.
went fancier than they needed to. And let's see here. I'm gonna try and open this.
Wow, Don says he handed out over 400 of the bracelets.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We printed out about 400 lyric sheets, and I think we really should have brought all of them with us.
Yeah.
That was a mistake.
We actually, I didn't realize that you still had some during the second day's singing because
I
I
did,
ran out
yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
Man.
So here we go. This was Ahsoka, and she had a really neat Ahsoka bound, and you knew exactly who she was
Yeah,
the minute
no
you saw
question.
her, which was great. You know, she didn't have to have the head tails or anything like that. You just knew exactly what she was doing, and that was one of the things that made it super super fun.
Yeah.
So-
One of the
Other handouts, are you
yeah,
going
let's
off
let's
of handouts?
no,
or
let's
I
do
thought we
all the
could figure-
handouts first, and then
Did
I'll get back to
you-
orbs.
So someone gave me this mini Loaf Cat and Tuca coloring book,
Oh, that's fun. I didn't
which
see
maybe
that.
needs to go to Jeff because Jeff is the big Loaf Cat
He's
fan.
the Lothcat fan, yeah.
So
Yes,
is it Loaf Cat or Loth Cat?
Lothcat, I
Loth.
think. Is it Loth?
It's because it's Lothal.
Oh, it's Lothal.
Oh, right,
okay.
right.
I thought it was Lothcat. Okay.
Yeah. I'll give this to you. I'll
Is
Sean and I
it
will look at it and then I'll give it
corrected?
to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And then Sean, you have the little yellow.
Yeah,
booklet?
so Nick Tierce is the guy who also had the cartoon viewer. He put a strap on his, and he wore it like a Indiana Jones satchel over one hip, and he came up with some things that he was giving to people who were like really seriously fans of the holiday special. So if you really, really like it, not just a thing to make fun of, not just whatever. And we do that too. But if you're really interested in it, he gave you this little book, which is the pocket guide
Yeah.
to Life Day lore.
And he handed me a whole stack of these and asked me to give them out to only people who were unironic fans of Life Day.
Right.
So I tried very hard to make sure that I was giving them to unironic fans of Life Day.
And so it's like a little 8-page book, and it has things in it that sort of give a timeline of what the holiday special is about. So it's got some
Yeah.
behind the scenes pictures, and then it'll have some text and stuff over here about what the special actually is. So this says George Lucas writes a 6-page story treatment for what would become the Star Wars Holiday Special. In this concept, Life Day is an annual galactic celebration of the spirit of life and brotherhood with a different host planet each year. Chewie, as the most noted of the Wookiees, will be the main focus of this festival. And then it gives the date, which is 1978, May 31st.
Man.
And so
And
it's got all these neat little quotes and things like that in it. It was a really fun, kind of neat thing to do. And I love so much that, other people sort of embraced this weird thing and like added to it. They built on it. They contributed to it. It was really super cool.
And Owen gave us cookies, but mine got smashed. So I think Sean has less smashed cookies?
Less smashed. I'm gonna open it here.
Okay.
I might eat one.
Okay.
So when are we going to get the other planets?
I think one of mine
Other
is supposed to be.
The other Life Days,
Oh. Well, I mean.
the other holiday specials. Oh, you're waiting for those.
Well, what's
Come on.
really funny is
Just
that
did one
we
planet.
people
But
on.
we're celebrating it on Blackfire Outpost. That's not on Tashi.
Here we go.
I
I'm not entirely sure
so some
what's
appetizers.
going on with the cookie. I'm not sure
I
what's
think
supposed
it's
to be.
supposed to be. Oh.
So
See, I thought it was
got
supposed to
swooshed.
be an orb.
I don't know.
What is it?
I don't know. It's this one has like an S on it,
Yeah.
and this one has like a big old smoosh.
Yeah, I
Mine.
can't remember what you said.
Yeah, yours got even
Mine
smooshier.
is a smoosh.
So I
Which
don't know.
I thought it was supposed to be an orb.
But they smell good.
So-
Smell like cookies. Which were great. Should we show the other
But-
cookie?
Well, sure. This is what Sean and I had as handouts for just a few people because
They're expensive.
they're expensive. We got Wookie Cookies made by Fandom Baker. Amy is a friend of ours, and she has an online Etsy web store where she sells all sorts of science fiction based and other, like
Yeah.
Yeah,
fun
nerdy
pop art,
related
nerdy
stuff.
related cookies.
Gotcha.
And so we commissioned a couple of dozen of these Wookie cookies. And they're so cute.
Yeah.
They're gingerbread, and the ones from last year were tasty.
We had her make Haunted Mansion cookies for us for our cool Haunted Mansion thing
Yeah.
too. That was pretty amazing.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Darn cool.
Yeah, she's super talented. Super talented.
Yeah.
Although secretly, I think we like the other Chewbacca design from a couple years ago.
A couple
better.
years ago, yeah.
I think it was cuter.
Yeah.
So, but that's just personal preference.
Oh, Don says there's a piece of peppermint in the round cookie that Owen made.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then I was given
I can't remember
I'm
what he said.
eating
was in
it.
the middle
I
of
was
it
given
when
one
they
more
designed
thing. I
Yeah.
went into Doc Ondor's yesterday, and one of the people behind the counter
Oh yeah, this was cool.
gave me this little favor. It's a little crocheted, just little favor.
It's kind of like a little tiny little scarf.
Yeah, and it is a tiny little scarf, and she told me that it was made of fairy felt. There are fairies apparently on Batu
Huh.
that
Okay.
that make this felt that you can crochet, and so she made this little thing and she gave it to
Yeah.
me. I was like, really? For me? Thank you. It was just, I wasn't expecting a local
Yeah.
to give me a gift, and so I was just so delighted.
Yeah.
It was pretty great, and then we had to run back and give her a wristband.
They're
Yeah.
like one of the Ewok specials had fairies.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
I'm not a good fan.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's an Ewok special. I know, it's
Well, they are on Netflix. I
Yeah.
could, in fact, watch them. And then the other handout is the same thing that Sean made last year, which was the Carol sheet.
And
Which
I will
has-
tell you, I'm so crappy at self promotion. Like, I didn't put the Facebook page on it. I didn't
Well,
put
you
any
put
links to
Docking Bay
anything.
94 and Sci-Fi Radio on it.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah. So on there's the back. It has more lyrics, but on the front it says Black Spire Outpost Life Day Celebration, Batu West 2021, and then in addition to the carols, which there is Droidal, 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 Snowy the Tauntaun, Solo the Corellian Smuggler,
Yeah.
I'm Freezing in a Hoth Ice Cave, I'll Be Home for Life Day, and It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Life Day.
And so if you hadn't caught on yet, brain not working. Me think well. If you haven't caught on yet, all of the carols are based on Christmas songs that you already know. So Solo the Corellian Smuggler is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
And Sean, can you Laura wants you to put up the URL to the song lyrics so that people can go look it up for themselves if they'd like.
Sure, no worries. I can do that. We have it up on our FTP site, but I guess you can download it if you want. I already sent it to Laura. She had it.
Oh.
But it was fun. We handed out quite a few of them. We got the guy who printed them up for us was so excited to print them out. He thought it was really funny. We just took it to like Office Depot, and he got really excited, had a good time with it. And everybody, there's a certain amount of joy that you can take when people are singing silly songs.
Yeah.
That when they break up in laughter at the jokes that are hidden in there, you did it because Jeff and I wrote these things, and we are not Weird Al. Whatever we might think of our abilities, we're not.
I think I wrote like one of them.
No, but I bounced all the ideas off of you, and it was a group effort. Okay. So, it was a lot of fun, and we sang 6 rounds of carols altogether, I think. 4 rounds of carols between 2 days.
Yeah.
Which was great.
And it was I mostly didn't sing the carols because I stood. What was that noise? Did you guys hear that? No. Okay. Sorry.
No.
Was it this? Was it my bottle?
I heard.
Maybe it was
chomping over there, but that's about it.
So what was I saying? Oh. I had the carol sheets and I was handing them out and trying to make sure that we weren't pissing off the lead cast members that were keeping an eye on us. So I was trying to make sure that people weren't blocking the pathway and that everyone who stopped by curious as to why there was a group of people here understood and also was invited to participate.
Right, got an explanation.
And lots of people joined in and were delighted.
Well, and what's funny is that when we do these things, we used to do these things really under the radar. And so when we did like the Indiana Jones scavenger hunts and things, we felt like if we did it right, that Disneyland didn't notice. Mm-hmm. But this is so in your face. Yeah. We knew that they kind of had to be alerted to our presence. Yeah. And so I met with them. We explained what was going on. And as a result, the first year we did it, people were waiting for us to show up. And we got there and they're like, okay, what are you doing? Because we've heard about this and this is going to, we need to know what's happening. So we explained it and it was cool. And then this year, same kind of thing. There were little clusters of Team Disney people who were watching us. Yes. And so I walked over and they're like, you must be Obi, Sean. And I'm like, yes, I am. And explain what we were doing and where we were walking and the parade that we were having. And because really, the one thing that you have to keep in mind when you do something like this is that while we're all very excited and we're giant Star Wars fans, and we love Galaxy's Edge. Yeah. Some of the people coming who aren't part of our event have never been to Disneyland, have never been to Galaxy's Edge. This is a whole new experience for them. Mm-hmm. And whether they want to participate with us or not, we don't want to tread on their experience. No. We don't want to ruin it. It's like, oh, Galaxy's Edge was really cool, except for this weird group of people who wouldn't shut up from singing and were having little glow balls everywhere. So we have to be kind of careful with that and make sure that Disney is comfortable with what we're doing so that they don't shut us down.
Yeah. Kelly wants everybody to know that her daughter Moira says there's a Lego Star Wars Life Day special on Disney Plus.
What?
Who knew? That's pretty funny.
And yes, everybody should go watch the Lego Star Wars Life Day special because it was very good.
It was very
amazing.
cute.
Yes.
Yeah, it was very
And
funny.
I had more than one discussion when we were talking about the merchandise that was for sale for Life Day, which we'll get into in a minute.
Right.
But that they would have made a ton if they had sold a knitted version of Poe's Life Day sweater.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
and
Oh my
Vader
gosh.
had one. A Stormtrooper
Yeah.
had. There are Star Wars holiday
was the cutest.
sweaters that really need to happen.
Yeah.
Well, his had BB-8 on it, I think.
Yeah.
I think I've got the Lego figure out there. Maybe I'll go get it.
Right.
So since we're talking about sort of merchandising stuff,
Merchandising.
this was a thing that kind of was a left field thing. Colleen and I think Jeff had and David Milano, who he and I had originally come up with the idea of celebrating at Galaxy's Edge while we were there. Like our very first visit, we walked out and we made a Facebook event because we're like, oh my God, Life Day has to happen here. And we figured eventually that the light bulb would go on over top of Disney's head, and they would go, oh, there's money to be made. We didn't know how long that would take.
Yeah.
And
honestly, we didn't know until yesterday how
Yeah.
long it would take.
right. And but I had a
Yeah.
feeling that we, had we not been shut down for COVID, we might have seen a little something for 2020.
Yeah.
But I think because of that extra year, we ended up with a whole bunch of stuff. And so
Yeah.
just to kind of start things off, I talked about this orb that we made. Now, I've got a tutorial on our Facebook page, and we talk about how to make them.
Yeah.
And these cost maybe $7 to $10, depending on what you do.
Yeah.
Mine is augmented. The other freebie thing we got was we had little celebration buttons from the park
Oh, see, there
where
you
they
go.
said, I'm celebrating, and we had them write Life Day on it, which was cool. And so we got one of these for this year, too,
Yeah.
from last year. And so these are the ones that, yeah, see,
mine.
Colleen's
Yeah.
Colleen's got it.
I
I'm
think
starting to
Owen-
look
yeah.
like a crazy person with
Yeah,
my
Owen still
all my
had
buttons.
still had his. I don't know where mine is. It's in a box.
I put mine on the bottom of my orb because it fit perfectly. So the orbs are a thing that is fun for you to make. It's a craft. It's whatever.
Yeah.
And then Disney, seeing that basically that is the main prop used in Life Day,
Yeah.
like kind of out of left field, came out with their own. And they
And they
didn't
didn't-
have it the first day we did Life Day
Yeah,
on the weekend, on the 14th.
They had it yesterday.
They saved
It
it
was-
for actual Life Day.
Yeah, and they didn't.
So
The
funny.
orb itself, they didn't really pimp on any of their websites or
No.
anything. Like we walked in and we're like, "Oh my god!"
Well, and it did show up, I think, for pre-order on Shop Disney the first thing in the morning. There were a
Oh.
few items that showed up there,
but we didn't know it in advance.
and
of the
we didn't know
day.
that it was going to be in the
Yeah.
park at
Right,
all.
Right.
And so now we celebrate in what we call Batu West, which is Disneyland. Batu East is, of course, Hollywood Studios. And somebody had to run out there to see if it was going on. They don't do the celebration we do, even though I've offered our songs and things like that.
Yeah.
They had a lightsaber gathering and things like that, and that was fun.
Yeah.
And they can certainly do whatever they want to do. They don't have to follow our lead at all. But
No.
Disney released some of these things in both parks, which was really cool, on actual Life Day. And one of the things that was kind of a bit of a surprise is they had this orb. It is a weird color blue. It's like a gray, green, blue color that's really kind of strange. And there's part of me that was just kind of joking around that like, oh, it's like a repurposed Madame Leota head from the Haunted Mansion. But they put a cool base on it. It says BSO at the bottom for Black Spire Outpost. And then if you
Orabesh.
right, in Orabesh, which is why you can't read it.
Yeah.
And then if you run around the bottom rim here, it says Life Day on it. And Life Day is broken up with this little Life Day bug
Medallion.
there, which is really kind of cute. And, made in China. It uses AA batteries. But the thing that is really good, like to sit on your shelf is just kind of meh.
Yeah.
But obviously it's really designed to be turned on. And so
Yeah.
this orb is primarily blue. It's got deep blue lights with these white lights that pulse and flicker on the inside. And so as opposed to going the route that we went with the holiday special,
Yeah.
they seem to have taken a route from the video games. If you remember Star Wars Galaxies or Clone War Adventures that Sony Online Entertainment was doing, the MMO games that you could play, Old Republic stuff. Occasionally you could get items like this that were related to Life Day. You could get robes, you could get these globes, and whatever. And it's kind of an interesting thing. And so they were selling these for about $20, which isn't terrible. And the people in the marketplace who were selling them were as surprised as we were that they had them, which was adorable. They're like, yeah, we don't know where these came from. It's like all this stuff just suddenly showed up. And so when Colleen and I first got there at noon?
Yeah.
And we stopped by the Star Wars trading outpost outside the park. That's where the old Rainforest Cafe used to be.
Yeah.
And we walked in and we're like, what Life Day stuff do you have? And they're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
We don't have we don't have
And we
anything.
were like, oh.
And we're like,
'cause we
bummer.
thought, I
So
guess it's just going to be on the website.
Right, I guess it's not
Yeah.
happening. And so then we got on the monorail and we took
'Cause
that
we knew,
in.
We didn't know about the orb, though. We knew about the coffee cups.
Yeah.
Right. There's a bunch of stuff we
Yeah.
haven't told you about yet that we'll run down
Yeah,
the whole
sorry.
list. But so we got on the monorail, we went into Tomorrowland, we zipped over to Galaxy's Edge, and walking into the marketplace, suddenly there's all this stuff.
Yeah.
Which was crazy. And we really expected like a pin. And I think I told somebody, I'm like, if they have a pin, I would be happy
There
if
we
they
go.
just came out with a pin.
And I should take the pin off so people can see
And
what it is.
lo and behold,
Lo and behold, they had this pin.
which I was told was limited to 1,000 pieces. And in fact, all the Life Day stuff is not only is it seasonal, but it's very limited. So when their
When it's
stock
gone,
is
it's
out,
gone.
it's out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Florida got more things than we did in California. I
Oh,
feel.
Isn't that how it is, though?
Yeah, it's
No,
not.
because they
It's
didn't
not
get any
because they
food.
made extra stuff. I think it's just our stuff is sitting off the coast because they can't get it in.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, just in general, they usually get more stuff than us.
Yeah, not
I
in
don't
this
think
case.
That applies to Life Day,
That does
though.
not
I think
apply
that
here.
They definitely are focusing Life Day on the West Coast because we
had the
celebrated it.
celebration here.
We celebrated it 2 years ago, and so
Right.
that's why we got food and they
Yeah.
didn't.
The
I mean,
tourists who
It's
go.
usually it's usually they get more.
I know what you're saying. In
Yeah.
this case, that's not true.
Yeah.
It's Florida basically just throws stuff to the wind because they're not Disneyland, and Disneyland is kind of really uptight. But that's not what's happening here. We just didn't get some stuff because it just didn't arrive.
Yeah.
It may eventually, and it was stuff that you could pre-order on the site.
Yeah.
The main thing that didn't show up was a stuffed Wookiee with a globe. There was
Yeah.
a
With
Chewbacca in the robe,
In the robe.
with
Yeah.
with the globe, and it didn't come up.
And we have been told by a local, that all of the Life Day items are limited, and once they sell out, they're gone. So hopefully they'll
Until
hold out.
probably until next year.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, and if the stuff sells out, then definitely. If the stuff is left sitting on shelves, then
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
so-
and very much this stuff was specifically listed as being part of the Life Day Disney Parks collection. And
So
so
I'm gonna show the patch.
Okay.
Now.
you do the patch.
This is the patch.
Very cool. Nice little embroidered thing. They have this
Yeah.
sort of ring vibe going on, which
Yeah.
is really kind of fun.
So those were the souvenirs that Sean and I bought. We got the one of the orbs, and then we each got a patch and a pin. And they had
I'll show you something that we didn't buy,
Okay.
Yeah.
which
Rose and Serena got the shirts.
Got the shirts.
Yes.
Cool.
we did not buy the Starbucks tie-in, where they had a thermal tumbler for Life Day, which had Wookie with a. It had Chewbacca with a metallic orb in blue. It was like reflective blue, and the red robe. And then there's a coffee mug as well that's there. And honestly, like, I could almost do without the Wookiee in place,
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
like the back of the mug, where you have this Life Day thing with the Millennium Falcon. There's a little
It's
phrase.
interesting that it's the Millennium Falcon as it is on Batuu.
Right. Well, because it's a very Batuu
Yeah.
celebration. And so "Walk Off into the Stars" was one of their
Yeah.
slogans, which was interesting. And then this is the Wookiee that we didn't get, and he's
Yeah.
got a little sparkly orb and his red robe, and that's really
We
fun.
didn't get that mug that's with him.
We didn't
either.
get this either, which was the sort of a Life Day coffee cup. It says Life Day at the bottom, and it looks like it's supposed to be the blue orb, like I showed you before.
Everybody's trying to get that Chewbacca plushie, though.
Yeah, I mean,
sure.
it no doubt that it's cute. You can still pre-order this Chewbacca plush up on the site. It's like $23, and
I think that would go good as a tree topper.
yeah, it would actually be pretty good. And so he's about 13 inches tall, which is a reasonable size, and kind of fun. And I don't know. You used to be able to get the orb. I think they're sold out. And you used to be able to get the that coffee mug, and I think they're sold out of those too. So they're not showing on the site at all. But
The other thing that we didn't see was the ornament.
right, there's an ornament that has the Life Day logo. That's the same thing on Colleen's pin. It's
Yeah.
the same blue kind of glass background.
It's kind of like this on a blue glass globe,
Yeah.
but it looks like it's got something in the middle. Like, every time I look at it, my first thought is, oh, they have bubbles.
Yeah.
Because it looks like there's liquid in it.
Right. But I have to admit to a certain amount of shock that they had any of this kind of stuff, which is pretty great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look up StarWars.com, because they are also a great place to try to sell you stuff.
So we could see some of the T-shirts.
Hopefully, yeah.
Oh, and it's top
So-
of the hour.
So here's the mug that we've got that we couldn't find on the thing. It's like the orb mug, which is kind of neat. This is the ornament, which has a kind of a crackle finish on it, which is really cool. And actually, this looks more translucent than the ornament apparently actually is.
It looks like there's stuff in it too.
Doesn't it look like there's bubbles in there?
It
Yeah.
does, right?
Like a layer of half of it's filled with some sort of liquid.
It has a light inside it, though.
Yeah.
There's a light inside the little brown part at the top
Ah,
that lights up.
nice.
I'll see if I can find another picture. Oh, strangely, it's not showing any of the other stuff.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Let me get back to this here, and then I will. I will try to find the other stuff. In the meantime, you are listening to Docking Bay 94 over at sci-fi.radio, sci-fi for your Wi-Fi. You could be watching us here at my Facebook page, or on YouTube, or on Twitch. We finally got Facebook working. Sorry if you tuned in and couldn't find us. There was some sort of funky glitch that I seem to have been able to work around. Usually I can't. And Kit, Boba Kit Sovine's linking all our links, if you like. And we are having a pretty good time talking about Life Day, because We're still kind of in shock, I think, with.
Just exhausted, really.
Yeah, I wonder where we could see images of the shirts because they're not on.
Well,
yeah.
and you know what's exhausting? I have a picture here. I'm trying to show.
Don and Owen have them, or not Owen. Don and Rose and Serena have them.
There's a picture I'm trying to show, and it keeps linking me to the Star Wars site, but the picture is not on the Star Wars site. So here, let me try this site here. And this looks like somebody who maybe did a little bit of a merch.
I came super close to buying one, but
Let's start with the ornament.
I have to be kind of careful about wearing too much red because even you can see I'm wearing this scarf, and my nose looks way redder than normal. Yeah. When I wear a whole shirt that's red, my whole face just looks red.
Yeah, Colleen picks up the color of whatever she's wearing like that, and it's bad. It's embarrassing when she wears green.
But it was a super cute. It was a red shirt, and it had a Wookie cookie on the front and like a glass of blue milk.
Yeah.
And on the back it said, I don't know what it said on the back. Did it say Star Wars or?
Yeah, it said Star Wars. It was
Christmas stuff.
It was a Spirit jersey, so it had a big giant thing across the shoulders.
I did get this not from Disney. I got this Porg with Christmas lights shirt that you can't see because
your mic's in the way. It's cute.
Anyway,
show us your boobs, Colleen.
Yes. Sorry. And we
miss everything.
We painted the Christmas lights to get the colors because they were all just white when I got the shirt. And so we used puffy paint, and the Christmas lights are all dimensional.
Yeah.
Tonight on Colleen's Craft Corner.
Tonight on Colleen's chest.
Woo! Jeff's like, what have I got myself into?
Run away.
Man.
All right, so looking over here, here's the Life Day ornament with the light inside.
Dinner and a show.
And you can see that it's got like a crackle finish, and it's silver reflective with the blue showing through when it's all lit up, which is pretty neat. They did not have this when we were there.
Gummit. That's really cool.
I actually kind of dig it. It's really cool. And you get a good look at their Life Day logo.
I hope it shows up the next few days because I'll grab that for the tree. Damn it.
This is the coffee mug that says Life Day on it in both English and Orabesh.
Don't need more of
it is smaller than I thought it would be.
Oh, yeah.
Because the handle makes it look huge. It's a scale issue.
It's really cool, but I definitely don't need more coffee mugs.
No. The patch, the pin, which we were told it was limited to 1,000. This is a photo of the globe that I think honestly doesn't do it justice.
Yeah.
I showed you
Jeez, what the
ours.
heck?
It was better. Here's the Wookiee. There's Chewie.
Yeah.
And then now this is a picture on the West Coast because this guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That's
recognize
John.
him.
That's our buddy John.
I thought so.
Who's awesome.
The guy in the blue infinity scarf.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And he's a great guy.
So, where are you gonna put your patch that you got?
I haven't decided yet.
No. Okay.
But it might. I don't know. It might end up on this. It might end up on my bag.
Oh, okay.
Not
This
sure.
is the coffee mug that Starbucks did, which is in scale with the rest of the.
Bizarre.
The Starbucks mug.
Oh, Family Joy Harmony.
That photo looks like on the inside of the cup it says Family Soy Harmony.
Yeah,
Soy?
it's Family Joy Harmony, which seems to be the merchandise
They want to make you a latte.
logo, and then these were the tumblers. But I'm going to scroll back up here to some T-shirt stuff.
Batman.
So this is the back of one of the shirts with that Family Joy Harmony again on it, and their Life Day logo. And
I
the
don't think I saw this one.
the front of the shirt, there were several, and in fact, they are only showing two. There's a third one. So there's Chewie with the orb, and then there's Chewie and Rey and BB-8, and they all have this on the back of it, the Family Joy Harmony.
What's fun is that the other one that has BB-8 on it, that's not showing there,
Right.
has BB-8 projecting the little Life Day.
Yeah, he's
logo.
doing it through the holoprojector, which is super cool.
Like-
So it's really interesting to look at the pictures that these guys took of the orb, and the pretty sort of basic blue that we talk about, and how weirdly solid that orb looks.
really, really
Yeah.
dark blue.
Yeah,
there.
because I mean, we showed you ours over here,
Yeah, it's like not picking it up.
and
Weird.
it's like there's animation in it. There's
Yeah.
like all sorts of sparkling lights and stuff going on in there.
Yeah.
and
Right.
it's kind of fun, and so they're sort of selling it short, with whatever they did, but just the fact that there was any merch at all blew us away. But I really have to say that the Star Wars Holiday Special was the only Star Wars we could get when it came out.
Yep.
We all sat in front of that TV. If you were, 6, 8, 10, 12 years old, you plopped yourself down in front of the television to watch this,
Yep.
hour and a half long special because you wanted anything to do with Star Wars at all. It was
Yeah.
it was still an international phenomenon. It was still going on.
Yeah.
People wanted anything you could get, like Splinter of the Mind's Eye. The book was coming out.
Yeah.
There were so many behind the scenes shows done on the special effects and how they did the movie and the
Yes.
merchandising and the whatever, and we ate all that up too. And so, wanting to see this thing was no surprise. And some people took it in the spirit in which it was intended. Some people were really disappointed and upset. They felt that they'd been ripped off because what the heck was this thing? And if you've never seen it, go to YouTube, do a search for it. There's a good
Yeah.
high quality version. It says like good quality or something on it.
Yeah.
And one of the bonuses of sitting through this thing is you get to see all the great
Yeah.
commercials from 1978.
Yep.
And so you see, Wonder Woman and the Incredible Hulk will not be presented tonight, so
Yes.
we can bring you the following special. And then it does the cool spinny CBS special logo that we all loved from
Yeah.
the beginning of Charlie Brown and stuff. And there's Star Wars toy commercials, and there's like all this
Yeah.
stuff in there. And it has Art
Yeah.
Carney and B. Arthur and Harvey Korman. Inexplicably, they're
Yeah.
in that because I think CBS wanted to promote shows that they were in, like Maude. Because let's use Star Wars to promote Maude.
And then there's Maud.
Right.
Yeah.
And some of it is just inexplicably bad. I leave it to you to decide what you like and what you don't.
Yeah.
Make up your own mind because you might like stuff I don't, and I might like stuff you don't.
But
And you can also watch
with
Riff
the-
Tracks.
with the T-shirts, there were also red T-shirts.
Oh yeah.
There
they
were,
had
in
the-
addition
yeah.
to the Wookie
On
Cookie
Sunday.
Yeah,
one, there
but
were.
they weren't really Life Day T-shirts. They were just red shirts.
Oh, I thought they were Life Day T-shirts when I looked at them. Probably
Yeah.
because one of them was red with a hood.
I think
Yeah.
they just brought
And-
them out because they were red.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it was clever because I went, "Ooh, Life Day.
Yeah.
Should I buy one of these?"
And
No.
and one of them, strangely, Jeff sent us a note going, "What does the Aurebesh
Oh
on
my
this
gosh,
shirt
this was
say?"
so
Yeah, yeah.
funny.
And we're like, it's really easy to read. And we walked over and we looked, and there's Aurebesh in the collar of every shirt, which you can probably see. Let's see if we can catch a little bit of it.
Yeah.
No, I don't see it in the Life Day shirts. But in most of their swag that you buy from Black Spire Outpost, there's a band sewn into the collar of the shirt on the inside of the shirt that says Black Spire Outpost in Aurebesh. Really easy to read. And this case was a girl shirt with a cool crossover, like raised top. It had a hood in the back. And when you put the hood up, it had raised gold lettering on it in Aurebesh. And so we start trying to read this thing. And we can't.
Yeah.
And it's
We
like,
pulled out a translator because we're like, our
We're like,
Aurebesh must be rusty.
how
And
bad are
so
we
we've
that-
got a translator, and we're like, we
Yeah.
still can't read it.
and then I realized it was backwards. And once I inverted the letters, it said like, BB-8 astromech droid and stuff
yeah,
like that.
You could totally read it once you
realized it was
going on.
backwards. Now,
Yeah.
I don't know if that was just a goof on the printing. There is a school of thought, which I think is really stupid, just from a personal standpoint, that if it's capitalized in Aurebesh, you turn it around. You invert it. So basically, if they meant to have that whole thing in capital letters, basically they just turned it all backwards.
Yeah, they're all shouting.
But it's dumb. It's a terrible way to do. We don't do
But
that
it was
in English.
funny because we pointed it out to the local, and they looked at it and they went, "Oh my gosh, you're
They're
right.
like, "Ah!"
It's totally
Yeah.
Of course,
backwards."
they didn't take it down.
Well, I
But,
mean, they can't.
yeah,
They're not allowed
what are you
to.
going to do?
Maybe it's
Yeah.
for when you take selfies. That's
That's what I was joking, is
That's
that
probably
when you
handy
look
to
in a
know.
mirror, you can read it,
Yeah.
and it's fine. But it was definitely very strange. The concerted effort that they made to sell Life Day stuff was pretty impressive. They had carts with the cups and the orbs on them that they were rolling around.
They were selling the Life Day merchandise in 3 places in the marketplace and at the Rebel base.
Right, the resistance base.
The Resistance base,
Yeah.
sorry.
And we didn't even go over to look at the
We
First
never-
Order.
You don't think the First Order would
I do
celebrate
not
Life Day,
think
do
the
you?
First Order would
Wouldn't
celebrate
it be
Life Day.
embarrassing if they actually had the Life Day sweaters that Vader
The
and
other
the
stuff over there?
Troopers wore?
Yeah, that would be really funny.
Funny.
If you, oh, sorry. I was going to bring up the fact that you can catch the Life Day special on YouTube. You can also catch the Riff Tracks version too.
Yeah,
Right.
but don't watch the Riff Tracks version first.
Right.
No,
Because the
watch
Riff
the other
Tracks
one.
version is where they're trashing it.
Yeah, pretty much.
You gotta
But-
watch it first to make up your own mind.
Be
and
okay
then you can do
with
it.
fast forwarding through it if you need to.
Yeah, it's cool. Because honestly, the first
Especially
like
the
20, 30
Grandpa
minutes.
sex dream.
Yeah, that's weird. The first 20, 30 minutes of it is just Wookiees growling at each other with no subtitles. So the people that they put in the Wookiee costume are accomplished pantomime artists. And so they convey everything through movement. And they growl. And instead of like having subtitles, because I guess they thought that would be too difficult for kids to deal with, they just growl. And you have to kind of figure out what they're saying. And it's pretty straightforward. You kind of figure it out because, pantomime. But yeah, it gets weird. Diane Carroll does this weird, sexy thing that Grandpa gets really creepy over. And what's even worse, like Art Carney like slips him this disc going, "Hey, here's a special program you wanted." Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. And
the
and
70s.
Grandpa's like drooling over Diane Carroll, and I'm like, I'm so
Pretty
creeped out
gross.
right now. Yeah, it's like so disgusting.
When do we get to talk about the food?
Let's talk about the food.
Okay, so
Whoa.
it's super. It's mean of me to think this, I guess, but I was kind of excited that we got the food and
Yeah.
Florida didn't, as opposed
Well-
to Florida getting the food and us not getting
And
it.
what's funny, that's what we heard about first. We didn't hear
Yeah.
about the merchandise.
Yeah.
The first inkling we got that Disney was taking Life Day seriously in any way, shape, or form was that they alerted us to food items
and
that they were
that's
going to have.
because the holiday foods for Disneyland started on last Friday,
Yeah.
which was the 12th. And so the holiday foods are, and I did hear this from a cast member, that the holiday foods are supposed to be there, as far as they know, all the way with the rest of the holiday foods until January 9th. So if
6th,
you
I think.
have, or 6th, sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
If you have a reservation already for December, which if you don't have a reservation already, you might not be able to get one.
You're not getting it.
You can try these foods too.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited about all of this food.
And we did
I
manage to
liked
try all
everything.
of them.
Yeah, Sean and I tried every single thing. So we're just going to go through all of it. And Sean, I don't know if you want to post the pictures that I put in the chat.
Oh, are they in the chat? Okay.
They're in
Oh,
the chat.
That's harder, but I think I can make that
Oh,
work.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
They're also on. Well, no, they're not. All of them aren't on Facebook.
No, I posted the one picture I took of my food. It's in our chat.
Yeah, so's all
It's
the
the,
pictures that I took of the food.
Okay, I'm
What you
just
call it.
I'm just trying to get it so that I can show this.
Sorry, I should have
to
put it in a
people.
document for you.
Yeah.
It didn't occur
Yeah.
to me.
And then you can see the blue, how the light thing sits right next to
Yeah.
my food. It's blue
Right.
because it's in the picture, but your eyes, it's not. So
So I'm just gonna
You
go.
said it's in our
through-
chat, Colleen?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, I see. No, that's way up there. Okay.
Sorry,
I found
there's
it.
been a lot of
I found it. I
Yep.
found it.
stuff going on in our chat. So I'm just going to go through because there's so much, and Sean and I tried this throughout the day, and Jeff throughout
Yeah.
the day, and on 2 different days.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just go through each restaurant that had food at it, and there are.
Do you want me to show these things and you can talk about them?
Yeah, why don't you show it and then?
Okay, so here's the first thing, which what is that? The samosa?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So that is available at Kat Saka's Kettle, which mostly sells popcorn.
The potato hand pie.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it is, the description is potato hand pie, tikka masala spiced with mint cilantro yogurt sauce.
Yeah.
It is a samosa.
Yeah.
It is super spicy because
It is
in Star
Indian
Wars,
food.
spicy equals alien food. In Galaxy's Edge, like
Yeah.
the spicier they can make it, the more alien it is.
And
Yeah, we
and
all
honestly,
make
it is a very straightforward samosa. It's an
Okay.
Indian. It's a
Yes.
curry flavor,
Okay.
and the dipping sauce, which I didn't show in the picture, is nice.
Cool.
The I could have dealt without the cilantro
So-
because I'm not a fan. It tastes like
Yeah.
soap to me. I'm one of those guys, but it actually was pretty good.
I thought you
Okay.
didn't taste the dipping sauce.
I did.
Oh,
Oh,
you
I
did?
totally did. Oh my god,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. No, even if
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna like it, I wanted to at
Yeah.
least give it a fair taste.
And so this costs, it's at a spot where you cannot get a discount. It's $6.80, and so it's roughly.
You can't get a discount at Kat Soka's?
No, there's
Oh.
no discount there.
Boo.
I
right?
thought for
I don't
sure I
know,
had gotten
probably.
discounts there before. Yeah.
Maybe I'm incorrect. I thought that was the place that I couldn't get a discount.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. No idea.
So, at any rate, it is a very standard samosa. It's very
Nice.
good. For $7, it's not a good value,
Yeah.
and it's not a whole meal. So it's
No.
not like you could just
It's like a snack.
skip a meal. It is definitely a snack. So if
Okay.
you wanted a savory snack, and you're okay
Cool.
with spicy, it was
Yeah.
delicious.
Because I'm glad these are all going to be there because I didn't get to try
Yeah,
some of the
so
other
you'll-
ones because
You'll get to try
you
it on days when you go back.
Yeah.
Do you want to show another one of the pictures, Sean?
We're showing the cookie.
Okay, so this is also at Katsaka's Kettle. It's the black sesame macaron. It is a toasted macaron, not a macaroon. It's a macaron. Passion fruit buttercream and sesame praline. First of
Nice.
all, a macaron is made with usually made with almond flour, and it's always a sandwich cookie. So it's not like an Oreo though. It's more marshmallowy than an Oreo would be.
Nice.
So it's not as crisp,
Ooh.
or cookie-like crisp,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
still crisp. So they toasted the top of this, the
Yeah.
toasted part, and I tried this twice. The first time, I felt like the passion fruit was good, but it was very sweet.
Yeah.
And the sesame praline tasted like a big chunk of peanut butter in the middle, because sesame and peanut butter have the same
Yeah.
flavor profile.
They're not that far off. Yeah.
And it tasted just like this chunk of peanut butter in the middle of it, and it didn't seem to go together.
Okay.
So I really wanted to try it again because I felt like it should go together.
Yeah.
And I did try it again, and when it was less frozen, because it comes cold, the flavors melded a little bit better. And so I
Okay.
liked it better the second time that I
Oh,
tried
okay.
it. Sean, you tried it too. What did you think about it?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. I have to laugh every time I look at the cookie offerings coming from Disneyland because they're almost all
Macarons.
of macarons. Yeah,
Yeah, because they're easy to make. You pipe them.
Yeah.
And so you can make them in whatever shape you want. You can make them in whatever color you want.
Hmm.
Super easy. They're not necessarily easy for the home cook.
Okay.
But for a place that's making them like this, churning them out,
Yeah.
super easy.
Yeah, and I enjoyed this pretty well. It was it definitely had a peanut butter vibe
Yeah.
to it, which I'm a fan, so that's not a problem. But what's interesting to me about it is that so many people are allergic to peanuts.
Right, but this
I
isn't,
wonder
this
if-
isn't peanuts.
I know
They-
it's not, and so I'm wondering if this is like a pretty good substitute that they
oh,
can have
interesting.
something
If
like
they
that.
like
why
the
not?
peanut flavor, but they're not able
Right,
to
and
have
so
it.
maybe
Yeah.
they're
Ah.
trying to make it safer for a large number of people.
Well, also it is. I think it makes it seem exotic too, the sesame paste to the American palate. It's an exotic
Gotcha.
taste. And also shown in this picture are the Myluran juice and the Tatooine Sunset
Okay,
that are
yeah.
regularly available at next door to Kat Sokka's kettle at Ronto Roasters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Myluran juice is pineapple juice, lemonade, blueberry, cranberry, lemon, and desert pear. And the Tatooine Sunset is basically an Arnold Palmer with melon and blueberry flavors.
Cool.
And the Myluran, in case anybody doesn't remember,
Yeah.
those are fruits that are available on
They're on Lothal.
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 The Maluron
and like the cat planet.
fruits.
Right. The and you're right, by the way. I just verified that there is no key or what was an annual pass holder discount
Right.
at Kat Soka.
And the reason why I was pretty sure of that was because when I went to get the second cookie and the popcorn,
Banana popcorn. Banana popcorn.
I forgot my phone.
Oh.
And so I didn't have the discount thing with me. And I asked them, should I run back and get my phone? And they said no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's next?
Gotcha.
It's pretty good. So
Keen.
this is, I guess, the inside
I
of
have
the
lots to try.
hand
You
pie.
do. You do. Yeah,
I only
that's
got
and
to
you
try
can see
one.
a little bit of the yogurt sauce on the side.
So I save
Right.
I save for later then.
Yeah.
That's what
And
I did.
I do have to say a couple people have reported that they got the hand
go
pie and it was very hard in the middle.
Hmm.
And I don't know what's going on with that,
Yeah.
like burnt or sat too long or something. I'm
Right.
not sure.
I don't think that this is season. I don't think
this
this
is
is
not-
Life Day.
It's not seasonal. It's
It's-
just relatively new.
Yeah, it's new.
Yeah, we
I'm
And
a
we tried
coffee.
it for the first time.
I'm a coffee junkie, and this is their cold brew
Oh, okay.
over
This is-
at Docking Bay 7.
Yeah, last time we were there before Life Day, Owen got that one. and
Yeah,
tried
I got
So,
it too.
yeah.
It was good.
It's called the Cold Brew Black Calf, and it's cold brew coffee topped with sweet cream cheese and chocolate puffs.
Yeah, like Cocoa Puffs there.
Right.
Kind of thing.
And yeah, it was good. It's best, I think, if you mix it all up together. I will register my disappointment in that the amount of ice that's in it makes it really difficult to get the Cocoa Puffs out.
Ah,
Just saying.
gotcha.
Because Sean is cocoa for...
I'm
yeah,
cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, man. I don't want to chew my way through a bunch of ice to get to my Cocoa Puffs. Come on!
I bet it would be great if it were
Man.
blended.
Oh, yeah, I bet it would
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
It'd
Yeah.
be really good.
So this is the picture that I took. So it's not as attractive as the one Jeff took, but this is also available at Docking
Apparently,
Bay
Jeff's
7.
looked better for some reason.
It did.
I
It really
know.
did. This is the
It's the
pork
camera, I
broth
swear.
noodles. It's angel hair pasta with bok choy mushrooms, roasted pork, and yuzu tomato compote in a pesto tonkatsu broth.
Yes.
And this was really good.
Yeah,
The
I liked it.
tonkatsu broth was rich without. Sometimes I have problems because I don't have a gallbladder.
Yeah.
I have problems with things that are too
Oh.
rich.
Here's Jeff's picture.
Jeff's is much better. But this broth wasn't too rich for me, so it was
Yeah.
nicely flavored without making me
Yeah.
ill. So that
And
was
you
great.
can see the ball. I'm sorry, the orb.
The
is-
orb, yeah.
Like we said, it comes out blue.
Right.
But that's
it's not
yours,
blue.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a white light
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
in a
it's
white.
not the purchase
This is
one. Okay, I
actually
thought
one
you
of
were
the
saying-
Coke bottles. This
Yeah.
is very much the instructions that we gave to how to make one in the park.
Mm-hmm.
So before Disney had one that you could just buy, if you wanted to join in, you could go get a balloon with a light in it, buy one of the Cokes, and take the label off of it.
Yeah.
And put some plastic inside, and poof, instant Life Day orb.
Yep.
So you can see all of the elements of this in Jeff's
Yeah.
photo that just like I didn't have as many mushrooms as his did.
Yeah.
And my bok choy
Well.
was huge.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason there's so many mushrooms is because the other two don't really care for mushrooms, like Rose and
Oh, they gave you
and
their
Serena,
mushrooms?
so they just sort of just dumped them in mine.
Oh, I see.
That's why there's
yeah.
a stack of them right there.
Yeah, I'm
My
not a
mushrooms
mushroom
are all
fan.
under the tomatoes here.
I see those. Yes.
I'm not a mushroom fan, but I did think this tasted pretty good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
gave Sean a little taste of the pork.
Yeah, that was that
or
was
the-
pretty
It
decent.
was really. I loved
yeah,
it.
the roasted pork.
Right.
It was really good, and was almost disappointed that I didn't opt for it again the second night because I'm probably not going to be able to. I have one more visit to Disney during the holiday food season, and I kind of want to try some of the other holiday foods.
Yeah, totally.
So I'm not going to get a second go at this, which bums me out
there
because
should be
I really
loads.
liked it.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Oh, where did it go? I don't know.
the next picture.
The next picture is gone. Let me
Oh,
go. I gotta
dear.
go dig it up again. Hold
It's
on.
probably because you went and did. And
No,
looked
it
at Jeff's.
shouldn't have been. It should have been just fine. I just need to get to our.
Hey, Google, what's happening?
Gosh darn it! I need to get to our own chat. Doing these out of the chat is like not exactly the best.
Yeah.
Sorry, if I had realized that, I would have put them in a document for you.
Right. I actually don't know that we have too many more food pictures in here.
Oh, that's odd.
So I'll tell you what. Let me get back to.
Oh, you know
What are they
what?
missing?
A bunch of the food pictures that I put. Oh no, they're before.
They're before what?
There are more food pictures before the ones you already showed me.
Oh, okay. Well, I will go.
There are some merchandise pictures,
Oh.
and then there are food pictures
He
before
doesn't
that.
look like food.
Okay, so they're after the ones I showed you, because you have pictures of you and Amy having a picnic before
Okay,
that.
you're going back. You're going. up
Right. So this
from
is the
bottom.
direction I was already going. Here's the merchandise stuff that we talked about. There we go. There's more.
Dun, dun, dun.
Keep going.
It's
there.
there.
You go.
It's there.
Okay.
Give it time.
All right, so this is what was available at Oga's.
Yeah.
This is the pork belly slider skewer.
Ah.
It is pork belly, bao buns, zucchini sauce, Calabrian chili compote, and za'atar spice.
Nice.
We
Sean?
didn't think
Try
we
that.
were going to get to these ones because it was in Oga's Cantina and you need a reservation to get in.
But
Oh, man, I
they
gotta try
have
those.
for the standing seats, the standing spots, the tables that you stand up at.
Yeah.
You can actually go into the app and there's a thing that says like standby list,
Yeah.
and we put in a request at 1:30 and we
Yeah.
got seated. We got to go into the line, which there were about 5 people ahead of us in the line,
Mm-hmm.
at 2 p.m.
Yeah, we actually got him pretty quickly. We
Yeah,
only
and
waited
we went
in
with
line like
Dawn.
5 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah, Don Coulter joined us
Yep.
there, which was pretty great.
Cool.
And
cool,
this
cool.
was Sean's favorite food.
I like this. It's pork belly is hit or miss with me because I'm not a big fatty kind of person. This was pretty much just the right amount of meat and fat.
And I think that can be like not always the same because one of mine was super fatty.
Was super fatty?
The first one I
Oh.
had, and I was like, "Oh, Sean's
Yeah.
gonna hate this."
No, mine were
Oh, bummer.
mine were perfect. And the sauce though, the green sauce that's on it, whoa, was that spicy?
Yeah, it was pretty spicy.
Yeah, it was-
And you can see the Life Day Orb, the purchased one, behind
Right behind
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
it. Yeah.
And what did you get for your drink?
So the drinks, there's another photo there of the drinks, I believe.
Okay.
I'll take a
Yeah,
quick look and
here's our
see.
2
There you go.
drinks.
Yeah. So these, you can actually see all 3 drinks in this. I took another picture of the gin drink, but
And you can see
so
Don's
starting.
key code.
Oh, uh-oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Sorry. Starting from the left is Sean's drink, which was a Black Spire brew, cold brew coffee, honey falernum. I don't even know what that is. Passion fruit and citrus. And how was your drink, Sean?
Gosh darn it. I did it again. It was great.
Blah.
I really enjoyed mine. It was a little sort of spicy-ish, which was good. Yours was better.
Huh.
Yeah, mine was really good. Mine
liked
was
yours
the
better.
it was called the Cliff Dweller. And it is citrus juices, coconut, hibiscus grenadine, and Seagram's ginger ale.
These are sort of the cheaper
Like
non-alcoholic
yeah.
drinks on the menu.
Yeah.
They're like $6 or $7. The Cliff Dweller can be a $40 drink
Yeah.
or $30 or $40.
It's 37.
If you get the souvenir cup, which is a giant
Oh.
porg.
yeah.
It's a very cool cup. We did not need it. so we just
geez.
got the like $7 variant.
And then Dawn got the Life Day Special cocktail, which
Oh.
is a gin huckleberry cocktail, a refreshing blend of gin elderflower liqueur with flavors of ginger and huckleberry garnished with sweet hibiscus flower. And this one clocks in at $18.
Yeah, and the gin part of it was super, super strong. I mean, you knew you were drinking booze.
Yeah.
That was
It had a nice flavor, but Sean pointed out it was floral. But for me,
Right.
the flavor of alcohol was just nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There honestly, huckleberry is a terrific flavor to pair with the gin. But there's a soda that Colleen and I like that we get from Bevmo. That's a huckleberry soda, much preferred
So good.
to this. It is really good. It is super super
Wow.
good. But I appreciate that they did offer a special alcoholic drink for the time being.
Yeah.
It's not cheap. It's like $18.
Yeah.
And it was nice that they had something different. So it's like they tried to give each place two things, and that's cool.
Yeah.
You can have, if you didn't want the sandwiches, you could have a drink or vice versa.
And they only had it in 3 of the 5 eating places in the
Right.
Yeah.
in Galaxy's
yeah.
Edge. Now Sean and I did have 2 other items that were not. This is what the gin drink looked like. It had this weird thing in it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Looks like an octopus.
we were talking about the other drink that they're putting an octopus tentacle in, and I'm like, I
yeah.
don't trust Disney anymore, man. They'll do whatever.
So last night for dinner, I opted to go with a Ronto wrap.
Oh, there you go.
Just because it had been so
Ronto
long since I had one, and we had been talking about them earlier in the day.
God,
Yeah.
they're good.
I kind of should have gone with the pork broth noodles because I'm not going to be able to get it again.
sorry.
Yeah.
But the Ronto wrap was really good.
Yeah, it was
I like
very
the
messy,
breakfast
though.
ones.
Yeah.
The breakfast one is good. They have a breakfast Ronto wrap.
I need to try that.
Yeah.
I haven't
Somebody
tried it yet.
said that that's their favorite, but
Yeah.
what I heard, I think it's okay at Ronto Roasters. I heard do not get the breakfast at Oga's. I heard the breakfast at Oga's
Oh,
is
I heard it was
gross.
really gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
like
apparently
cold
the
oatmeal or
breakfast wrap over at Ronto Wraps is good. So it's
And then the
pretty good.
last item we got was the banana popcorn, which is the flavor of the month at Katsaka's.
well, and they used to have a cocoa popcorn, and I'm really telling you, man, you got to mix the chocolate and the banana. That will be amazing.
It
That would
was
be
a
so
mild
good.
banana flavor, and in fact, it was so mild the first bite
Mm-hmm.
that I was afraid I had COVID. I was
I-
like, I can't taste it.
I think what happens though is you build it up in your mouth.
You do.
Because
Oh,
by
dear.
Yeah.
by the time you're done with the popcorn, you are tasting banana. It's like really, really very strong.
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know if we have more food pictures.
I think that's it.
Apparently
because
not.
That's
BB-8
everything
says
we
no.
eat. Why does BB-8 say no? Oh, okay.
Thumbs up, or maybe that's the middle.
He's like,
Who
"You're
knows?"
done.
Yeah.
You're done."
But that's going to be tough. Sean and I have one more day at
Yeah.
Disney before the end of the year, before the special foods are over, and I'm like,
Gotcha.
I could get that
Well,
pork
look,
broth noodle
just-
again, or I could get a different
Yeah.
flavor.
Just
coming
decide
up in
how you
December.
feel and where you're at, and whatever. And
Both.
and you have the opportunity between now and then to look at all of the offerings on paper and see
Oh
what
no,
looks
I know
good
there
and
are
make a
other
list.
things that look good.
Yeah.
So it
You know.
is definitely going to be
You can make a judgment call when
decision.
you get there.
the only thing on the holiday food list that I'm absolutely certain that I do not want to miss is the Peppermint Sundae. At,
Yeah, well, that was
Gibson
pretty.
Broth.
We shared one, and that was pretty freaking amazing. And
Yeah.
part of the problem is that with a lot of this food, we have to share this food
Yeah.
because there's so much. You will A, explode, and B, you will go broke.
Yeah.
We spent
we spent a lot of
so
money.
much money.
Yeah, we don't normally this
this
is
was weird.
not normal for us.
No.
It's just that Life Day, this is
Yeah.
the first time that we've had the opportunity to celebrate like this, and we wanted to just reach out with both hands
Yeah.
and grab it.
And we this is as touristy as we get at Disneyland. Usually we go, we hang out, we'll have a churro or a mint julep, and we just take it really chill. And usually we leave Disneyland and we go to like Earl of Sandwich, or we'll grab some food on the way home, or we won't buy something in the park like this. But we wanted this experience. We wanted to taste the new things, the limited things that are going to go away. And this is dumb. I don't want to sound like really proprietary over, Disneyland or anything like that. I feel like we earned Life Day. The work that we put in it in 2019, dealing with Disney, getting them to agree to allow us to do the event, doing it again this time around, running 2 days this way. Our reward was getting to play just as much as everybody else did, because running something like Life Day, we're so busy. And Colleen mentioned it at the beginning, where she had my back and she was making sure that I got to MC stuff while she ran interference. It is a lot of work, and it's not like we need a whole team to do this. It's just that we have to do it, and we can't focus on the having fun part. So being able to, buy some of the swag, that was a super bonus and unexpected. Having these treats that are going to vanish from their menus, that was really cool. And the fact, we have all of these orbs that we make. And that we've done. And we're not going to stop making these because Disney has their own. But, I have a shelf back behind me. It's, where is it, over here? I don't know. It's like over here somewhere. And we have this shelf that has holocrons on it and things like that. This orb that they released, this is like a trophy for the shelf. We did a cool thing, and Disney thought it was cool enough to join in.
Yeah.
And so, I feel good about that, and I'm so glad so many people had such a great time.
Yeah, I know.
And
awesome.
it was just neat to do something for fans, and so I'm glad that amongst all that, all of the work and stuff, that we got to play too. We got to have a good time. We got to be just as doofy and touristy and fanny as everyone else. So
might be sneaking in one of the Docking Bay 94 shirts in next time, right?
Well, we tried to put a Hazard Squadron patch in with all the helmets once, and it lasted about a week before it vanished. They're like, I don't think that belongs there. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Well, we're going back on December 1st.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we have
sweet.
Yeah.
Awesome. We're continually looking for another date for Sean to go.
To go back, yeah.
But I don't. There's no way that a weekend day is going to open, and I'm already taking off a day in December to go.
Days keep appearing and disappearing and things like that. I'm trying to go once a week just to get exercise over there.
I think after January you'll be able to do that.
I think so too.
Think everybody wants to go for the holidays.
And I think what I need to do is keep a constant rotation of these, of like a Tuesday going on or something.
We're going. It's December 1st is a Wednesday, so there you go.
Yeah, okay. You guys have a lot of it. I still have you guys in my app. And so I see all of the reservations everybody makes. And so you guys have lots of dates reserved.
Christina,
I have to scroll way through before I can get to like ours, which is towards the end of December.
Do you see how many I'm on there? 1.
Yeah, you
2.
have 1.
There's like thousands of them.
It's very funny.
You guys, I'm sort of flipping through Facebook to see if there's anything while we're talking.
Yep.
And someone posted a meme that has Thor, who says, "All right, time to finally watch those Star Wars movie that Peter Parker kid is so obsessed with," and it shows a picture of Padme.
Right.
And he looks at it and he says, "Wait," and then it shows a picture of he has a purple lightsaber.
Mace Windu.
Of Mace Windu. And he says, "The hell is this?"
Awesome. Nick Fury and Jane Foster in Star Wars.
Christina and I were talking last night, and was able to get Christmas Eve
Oh,
at
wow.
Disney.
Wow.
So,
Nice.
yeah.
There you
Well,
go.
But
like,
she was that's a tradition for them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
she
hope
was
they have a
very
lot of fun, man.
focused on making
Yeah.
sure. Like for us,
I could go on
I was
Thanksgiving, but she
very-
can't go.
Aw.
yeah, I was very
I wanna
focused
go there.
on getting these 2 days.
Life
The-
Day.
Life days.
Yeah, it's the first thing we did when we got our passes is we reserved these 2 dates.
Yeah,
Like,
and
boom.
I just like I was focused on that, and I also only have 4 days that I am allowed to reserve.
Yeah.
Sean has 6.
And when things calm down just a little bit, like by next week, like maybe over the weekend after Ghostbusters,
Yeah.
I will make the events for next year right now so people can reserve them ASAP.
Well, you won't be able to reserve them until
Right, but when they become available, people will know
September?
exactly when they are.
Yeah.
Because the problem,
or August?
there were a lot of people who
No.
wanted to go who couldn't make the reservations
Oh, for next year's
for Life Day.
Oh yeah.
And it was really pretty awful. And
wait, August 17th.
I can't believe how crowded Wednesday was, though. There was so many
Yeah.
people, and we, there is no doubt,
Oh, dear.
and this thanks to Colleen and thanks to the orbs and things that Disney was selling. There is no doubt that our numbers swelled
Yeah.
because of it. Because we picked up a lot of people on the fly.
Yeah.
What is this?
And it was interesting because we would have people say, "What is this?"
Yep.
And I would explain it, and they'd go, "Oh," and they'd walk away.
And then walk away.
But the far greater number were people who went, "Oh my gosh, this is so cool! That's today."
Right.
Yeah.
Which is
Nice.
funny.
This is the actual day, and I'm like,
the
"Yes, it's
actual
today. This is
day.
the actual day."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the people would grab a sheet of music and they would jump in and sing.
Yeah.
Or some of them would ask me, what are you doing for the rest of the day? Because I have somewhere that I have a reservation for
Yeah.
right now, but I want to come back and participate.
Yeah.
So it was just delightful.
Yeah, everything worked out better than we could have imagined. There were a couple of hiccups just in the way things work now at Disneyland. We did not upset Disney, to our knowledge, which is
Yay.
terrific. Nobody came and
Huzzah.
complained about us, which was great. We worked well within their framework, and we got everything done that we wanted to do. We did a couple rounds of singing. We did the orb parade, which was hugely long on Wednesday, which was great. And we got our pictures in front of the Falcon. Thanks to Dave Lucchesi, man, who just he's a friend, but he's a PhotoPass guy. And he's one of the guys I always look up every time I go to Disney. I try to find him. And I don't know if he asked for that slot or whatever, but we walked up to the Millennium Falcon and he's like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Are you our PhotoPass photographer?" He's like, "Yes, I am." And we got in and out of there so fast. And the pictures are so great.
Nice.
And so that was really great. We had everybody cheer for Dave,
Yeah.
Dave.
And also at the same time, almost Ray.
Yeah.
Right, because Ray came out and said, yet
Ray came out on a bridge.
on
Yeah.
both days,
Yeah.
on neither day did we see Chewbacca,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which was a
Yeah.
bummer. Because
But-
honestly, if they'd have sent him out to hang out by the
Yeah, I
Falcon
know.
and threw an orb in his hand, would have been
That would've been
perfect.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course she said, "Happy Life Day, Ray."
Nice.
So that was pretty good.
Oh, did she? Right. on.
Yes.
That was cool. Yeah, everything worked out really great. Fingers crossed that we get to do it again next year. We're in a precarious position with the event because while there are things like Dapper Day where people come dressed up,
Yeah.
or Bats Day in the Fun Park is what they call the Goth Day.
Yeah.
It's a little different because it's spread out across the entire park.
Yeah.
But I think where we have a little bit of leverage is the wrong word, but amity perhaps is a better word, is that Disney loves to assign holidays to things, and we have handed them a holiday for Galaxy's Edge.
Yep.
And so if we walk in next year and it runs from November 17th to January 6th, and they've got an entire holiday season, and they decorate and they do whatever, I'm not going to be surprised, because that's the way Disney likes to think. And,
Yeah.
And honestly, it's not going to be a bummer.
I'm
No.
only going to be upset if they decide to do Life Day as one of their evening events where you have to pay extra.
Yes.
Yeah, then it's like
That will make
Yeah.
me sad, and we will still do an event outside of that unless they stop us.
Yeah, but I mean, what if they have actual Life Day as one of their?
I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's because if they do like the Merry Holiday, whatever, blah blah
Yeah.
blah, that would be a real bummer.
Yeah.
We did do several Disney After Dark Star Wars events in
Yeah.
the entire park. Those were pretty fun, but they also invited a lot of us to come be in their parade and costume and to
Yeah.
work the event as a volunteer for them. Basically, they gave us free admission
Yep.
to come be part of their event. If they want to do that, I'm down. That's
totally.
okay. But there is part of me that's like, what if they come up with their own songs?
Oh,
What
Brent
if they come up
says
with their
that
own?
Chewbacca was there on Sunday while we were at the Falcon. It was while you were organizing the group for the photo.
I didn't see him at all. Nobody
Neither did
pointed him
I,
out to
yeah.
me, and
Wow.
we.
Let's see, yeah.
On Sunday.
I would have made
Huh.
sure. Our PhotoPass people didn't engage very well on Sunday. They were very confused by us.
Right.
And which was in direct conflict with the one we did in 2019, where basically the guy was a drill sergeant, and he
Yeah.
went, "You do this now,"
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
was great. And so I tried to fill that role. I did not see Chewbacca at all.
Yeah.
Period.
Neither.
And because I would have tried to have done it, but I think because of COVID, much like Ray was up on the parapet,
Yeah.
that he can't come out.
No.
And when we did this in 2019, we had several visits from Chewbacca. And the ones over at the Resistance base, Chewie was like, "It's my holiday. This is amazing. Thank
Yeah.
you." And he's hugging everybody and taking pictures and being real chummy. And then by the time we got to the Millennium Falcon, the Chewie had a little bit of a change of personality. He also kind of bulked up, which is a little weird. So he came out, and he was doing like end zone dances and like,
Yes.
"Yeah, this is my thing," and it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like really kind of like,
Eric
wow.
says he saw him on Sunday too.
Okay.
I know he was there. I
Yeah.
didn't see him when we were doing it because I know a lot of people who took pictures of him during the day when he was
Yeah,
there.
Eric says he was there
I-
when we were taking our picture. He was trying to get our attention, but then he walked off.
Ah, that's
Yeah.
too
That's
bad.
a bummer.
Well,
Yeah.
somebody really needed to have tapped me on the shoulder and said,
Right.
"Chewie's here."
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
all it would have taken. We would
I
have
didn't see him at all.
because we would have parted the seas and had him back there in the middle of the picture.
Yep.
That makes me sad. But anyway, so as long as Disney doesn't do something that precludes us from being able to do this event,
Yeah.
I'll be happy. And so with lightsabers, where they sell a lot of lightsabers that are like $150, $200 or whatever,
Yeah.
you can buy legacy sabers at Doc Ondor's. You can do your Savi lightsaber build. You can bring that lightsaber back to the park anytime you want. But they also allow you in with any lightsaber you happen to have.
Woohoo!
You don't have to have their lightsaber to bring it into the park,
Yeah.
especially if there's like a lightsaber meetup by the Falcon, much like we did with the orbs. You
Yeah.
can bring in whatever. One of the guys on yesterday, was Jedi Santa. And
Yeah,
he
that
had
was
his
awesome.
lightsaber done with a candy cane pattern with a hook at one end of it. I mean, it looked like a saber candy cane. It was pretty great. They let him in the park, no problem. He walked around with it all night. It was a piece of cake. He almost wore full Santa robes, but he's like, yeah, maybe not.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
he, that was really terrific. And Disney can't really stop people from bringing their own lightsabers in. I feel
No,
the same
no.
way with the orbs.
Yeah.
If they pull that kind of a line, it's going to be unfortunate, but I don't think they will.
No.
Somebody tried to warn me that might be the case, and I don't feel like that really will be.
Not
And
really.
they'll continue to sell theirs. We are free to make ours. And for as long as we can do this event and not tread on their toes,
Yeah.
I think we're good. So, but we'll see. Next year is another year.
Yeah.
And,
So we're already at 10 to 9.
Mhm.
Yep.
Should we give a quick talk about Ghostbusters before we sign off?
Yeah, totally.
Sure.
I mean, neither of us have seen it, but it does come
Yeah.
out this weekend. Of course,
Yeah.
it's the movie that we've been waiting far too
Starts
long
tomorrow.
for.
Yes.
I have seen, as I told you, I was flipping through Facebook, and I've seen a lot of people we know are sitting in the theater right now
Yes.
watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So possibly are going to have to stay off Facebook
Yep.
for several days.
Or we're going to have to see it pretty quick.
Yeah.
So Jeff says he's got tickets already.
I'm seeing it on Saturday morning. Yes.
I don't have the ability to see it tomorrow during the day.
Right. No.
So I have way too much to get done.
Yeah.
Right. But if we can go Saturday or Sunday or something like that, it might be worthwhile.
Yeah.
You're going to the Block at Orange? That's where you said you were?
The Block at Orange. It's like 10 something in the morning, and it's IMAX.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah, and it's I have not watched the last couple of trailers, and every time I see one of those stupid animated ads that pops up, I have to flip past it as fast as possible because the worst thing is Sony is determined to spoil this movie for me.
Yeah.
It's not just people talking about it on their Facebook feed. It's the company who wants to show me the whole darn movie in 10-second snippets.
There's a bunch of clips. No.
Yeah, and I'm like, stop it. Please stop it. Because I didn't watch the last couple trailers because I don't want to know.
No.
Don't show me all the good parts.
I watched like the teaser and the actual trailer. And
right.
Then I'm like,
and
I'm
that
good.
and that was it. And then I logged out. Yeah. So if we can manage to see it this weekend, along with the rest of the known universe who all want to get into the theater, I'm sure. That would be okay. And I don't know. I thought for sure that they were going to hold a premiere over at the Chinese.
Yeah.
But I guess not. I don't know what they're showing.
No idea.
They had a premiere for the Hawkeye TV show over at the El Capitan.
Yeah. Several folks we know.
But I don't know what the.
But there's a popcorn container that people are all trying to get a hold of, and also an alcoholic drink.
The
some of the places
popcorn
have.
container is exclusive to AMC apparently.
Well, and somebody
Is that where you're going, Jeff?
on our friends list went to an AMC specifically to get the popcorn bucket, and they didn't have it.
Yeah, you kind of have to call. I think they listed somewhere where they had them, and I'm trying to find out what TCL is showing, and over at the Chinese, and they're not saying.
It's a secret.
Apparently it is. Resident Evil House of Gucci. IMAX is showing Ghostbusters.
There you go.
So could conceivably see it at the Chinese.
Yeah.
And tomorrow night at 5 p.m. they're doing a fan event with a live Q&A.
Nice.
Oh.
So
That's pretty cool.
whatever that's all about. I'm sure there's no tickets available for that.
Tomorrow, I know that Natalie's going to something, and that's Ghostbustery tomorrow. That might be that.
Could be.
Excuse me.
But anyway, so yeah, that's a thing. I'm looking at what's available in the auditorium, and there's not a lot.
And we should also mention that next Thursday is Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And we will not be doing a show.
You're
right.
Thursday.
That's an important point to make.
Yeah.
No gobble gobble show.
Kit was trying to say too that Life Day will be on Thursday next year.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm not going to tell you right now that we're not going to be on the air on Thursday. We'll wait till we get closer to Life Day next year.
Yeah, maybe we'll get all spiffy and
That's right. We'll have broadcast.
bring it with us.
Broadcast from
Wouldn't
there.
that be
You know, 'cause
cool?
that wouldn't
like
be
if their
one
Wi-Fi
thing
was
too
good
many.
there.
Well, it doesn't. Their Wi-Fi doesn't have to be good as long as we have a cell phone signal.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
know.
it just depends. We need one good connection. I broadcast from Disneyland before.
Yeah.
If you stay in one place and you've got a good signal, it works out pretty well.
Yeah.
But
I mean, they'll do Facebook Lives and stuff and whatever.
yeah. Well, and what's really funny is so many people who are broadcasting their vlogs and stuff, and there are so many people who came to Life Day to cover it.
Yeah.
Now they have to edit everything together and do whatever. But like Dano at the Dano channel, he's like, I just got it in under the wire. He like got his footage from Sunday edited in time for Wednesday to put up and things like that. But I haven't looked through it yet. I'm always worried that I'm going to come across as like a dork on these things. And
yeah, my little videos are just short little things. So,
yeah,
you know.
And if you watch any of the things where we're singing, be kind. because
Yeah,
singing in
boy,
a big
oh
group
boy.
like that, you don't sound your best, you know. And I was trying to sing loud so everybody could do it. We got a little off on the second round of carol singing on yesterday for some
Yeah?
reason. I don't know what happened. Somebody didn't have the timing or something, and it was weird. It's the first time I've had that happen,
Well, you know.
and so it was very funky.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're saying the words after we are. What happened?
Yeah.
It was weird, but I don't know who it was. I was too focused on other stuff.
It was probably me. If it was
no,
the very
it-
last singing of the day.
It was a male voice.
Oh, okay.
It was not.
Because the very last singing of the day was the only one that I was able to join in on.
Yeah, that was a
But-
very small one. Which
But
was
I
fun.
was too far away to really hear because I was still trying to manage people that were walking up.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't quite hear what you guys were singing. I was doing my best.
Right. Well, there are still seats available for this IMAX thing at TCL, but Colleen would have to take a half day. It starts at 5 o'clock.
I mean, I guess I could work on Saturday instead.
I don't know. I've no idea what my weekend looks like. I've been so focused on Life Day, man. My
Yeah.
head has been so down.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's been nuts.
Completely. Yeah.
Well-
People kept asking, what are you going to do for Thanksgiving this year? And I'm like, that's next week's problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to
Whatever.
get turkey. I'm cool.
Don't care.
Yeah.
Don't care.
I need to get through Life Day, and then
You-
I will.
You know
worry
what I'm
about-
willing to eat on Thanksgiving? Turkey hot dog.
You know what I'm willing to eat? I'm willing to eat pork
boy.
tonkatsu from
Yeah,
Docking Bay
are
7.
you now?
If only I could get to Galaxy's Edge.
Well, you know, I'll tell you
To
what.
eat it.
Well, let's go, and I'll go in. I'll buy it. I'll bring it back to you. We'll just eat it in downtown Disney.
that would be hysterical.
We'll go sit over by La Brea Bakery. It'll be great.
Right. Very silly.
Yeah, but who
Yeah,
cares?
well, you know.
Right.
Well, we would eat it here, but my wife can't get in because she's blocked out from the day. So
Yeah.
sorry.
I don't know why I guess maybe it's I should go look and see whether that is a day that's blocked out for me for
Okay.
my pass.
I feel like it is. Like Thanksgiving Day, I feel like it is.
Yeah.
We went on Thanksgiving a couple years ago, and we only stayed a few hours because we got rained out.
It was very cold rain.
It was so cold and
Oh, my goodness.
wet and bitterly
Yeah.
rained. And
Jeff's gonna sing.
yeah,
Well,
Kit.
no, I put up my 3 links of the three videos I did, and one of them has singing,
Mhm.
and yeah, I'm singing in it. It's not.
Kit posted turkey legs. So I have a question, and I don't know. We're almost at the end of the show.
Turkey legs,
I have this question. When did turkey legs become a thing at Disneyland?
Yeah, I don't know.
Was it like the 2000s? Because it's
Yeah.
weird. Because people act
Yeah.
like they've been there forever.
Because I remember
They have
like
not.
I remember people yelling, y'all want turkey leg back and forth to each other. So
Well, but that's
Yeah,
like a Ren
2000s.
Fair thing
Yeah,
or
it
a
is.
county fair
Yeah.
thing.
but I think it was the 2000s when they came in. I think.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out when it happened
Yeah.
because
Oh,
Like pickles.
Okay, yeah, I'm not allowed to go into the park at all Thanksgiving week.
yeah, I think you're blocked out
I
for
am
that.
locked out.
Boo.
And so I would
Yeah.
have to bring you stuff out.
Yeah, so the pass that I had before the pandemic was nicer because I could go on Thanksgiving as long as I had a reservation,
Yeah.
and I had no problem getting a reservation. So.
See, this is the thing that always gets me. It says having a roasted turkey leg at Disneyland is a tradition. Really?
A
Since
tradition
when?
from very young people.
Right. Because it was not a tradition when I was a kid. We didn't have turkey legs.
I feel like the
And all of
turkey
these
legs-
reviews are from 2016.
Maybe
Yeah,
the
yeah.
turkey legs became a thing when they had that Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh
theme
yeah,
going on.
Festival of Fools.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it could be.
Yeah,
it
just weird.
sometime after the
says-
giant pickles.
Yep. We're at the top of the hour here.
It says Disney World was in the late 80s.
Wow.
Disney World.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
How about
working on
Disneyland? I will tell you guys, since it's 9 o'clock, you are listening to Docking Bay 94 over at sci-fi.radio. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you tuning in. Thanks to Kit for doing our cool links and stuff. You could be watching us on my Facebook page, on YouTube, or on Twitch.
Yep.
If you're doing any of those things, thank you for being here live. We greatly appreciate your company and listening to us blather on for 2 hours about Life Day, because Life Day was awesome.
Because I had a feeling. Yeah.
If you ever have a chance to come join us, please do. You are always welcome to do it. It's an open event. You just need to buy a ticket and be able to get in the park. And we do hope. I like doing 2 of the days. I think doing 2 are good. It gives people an option for a weekend and a weekday. And that's kind of nice.
Decisions for next year.
Yeah, it's kind of nice. And so we'll, as soon as we figure it out, we'll let you know. If you want to join the page to just kind of BS and look at the pictures from this year and see all the videos and stuff, you can actually go to facebook.com. And you can look up Life Day Batu and Beyond is what it's called. And it's I'm trying to get you the actual URL.
Yeah.
And it's facebook.com/groups/holiday special. That will get you there. So facebook.com/groups/holiday special. Ask for admittance. I will let you in. We get a lot of Russian bots for some reason. Some very sexy women who probably don't really exist keep wanting to join the group. I don't know why.
Decisions.
But
I'm calling Kaylee Crosby.
This is Jeff Solidato.
I am Sean Obi, Sean Crosby. As always,
May
the Force be with you. What do you think? Are we calling it? Are we doing overtime? Did we say everything we needed to say?
Well, there's stuff on the list, but I think that
I
we
don't
should
think-
get in the habit of not going
Not
into
doing overtime. Well,
Yeah.
I actually don't feel like there's anything that won't keep.
Right.
We have lots of stuff that like there were so many trailers, but I don't think any of these things are coming out like right now. They all come out later, so I'm looking at the dates here for that right now.
And also, I'd like to say that none of the pages that I found know when the turkey legs came to Disneyland.
Yeah.
They all say that Disney World had them first, and they had them in the late 80s.
Right, and that's the thing that's really weird. And
I mean, that's all. You don't. That's
Yeah.
Like the end. So, there's no more to say after that.
yeah.
We should sign off with that.
Okie doke. Fair enough. Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody. And we will check in with you not next week, but 2 weeks from now. We'll send you the usual reminders. If you happen to be watching us on Twitch or something like that, on YouTube, do me a favor and like it or subscribe it or do whatever. Let us know that you're there. We have no real illusions that, we're going to make any money off of doing this. We just like to know that you guys have enjoyed the show and that we should keep doing this. We have been doing this for 10 years, and I'll tell you the hardest thing about doing the show is finding out, are people really tuned in and checking us out? And on the radio side, I can look over and I can see, well, okay, we have Sweden and Estonia and Russia and Japan and Germany and things like that. The video is a lot harder. So if you're watching us, just give us a little like or something or a little subscribe or a thing like that. Let us know that we should keep going. Because I look at this like our poker night. Some people go bowling, some people hang out and play poker. Jeff, Colleen, and I get together and we do this and hang out with you guys. So that's kind of how I view it. But we never know who we're talking to, except for people over on the chat, that kind of thing. We can see your names over there, which is pretty nice. Anyway, thanks for being here. We're grateful for it, and we will see all you guys in 2 weeks. Have a really, really good Thanksgiving, right?
Happy holidays. Happy Life Day.
Yeah.
Happy Life Day.
Happy Life
gobble,
Day.
Happy Diwali. Happy Life Day. Happy Thanksgiving. And I don't know what else is in November.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Okay, signing off on the radio. Good night, sci-fi.radio. can always tell when I sign off there because the weird hiss goes away.
Yeah. Wow. But how about that? Huh?
Isn't that crazy? It's the radio side of things. And then for you guys on video, we will see all y'all in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.